Okay, looks like I am live and we're doing a rise and right. I literally decided to do this 3 minutes ago. I decided to do this an hour ago. And then, like 55 minutes ago, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And then, like 40 minutes ago, I was like, no, I should absolutely do this. And then, like 38 minutes ago, I was like, no. I've got all this other stuff going on. By other stuff, I don't mean anything important, but like I gotta watch Lucifer, I guess. I don't know. So I was on the fence, and then at I believe it was 9:57, I was like, let's just schedule it, and do it. So here we are, and of course, as soon as we go live, my bestie texts me to tell me that she has finally watched this week's Handmaid's Tale, and let's talk about it. Like, no, I don't. I don't have time to talk about it. So today, I'm actually going to be proofreading for Sandy this morning. I told her we would do. I told her like either she didn't have a choice or that like I was agreeing to something, but actually it was my idea that we're going to proofread each other's Vela projects so we can, have a second set of eyes on these because these serialized things, you kind of just turn them out. You don't really go through the whole like beta reading, developmental editing, all of that process with them. And that doesn't jive well with me. So Sandy and I are going to be proofreading each other. So at least there's one other set of eyes on these things. So that is what I am working on today. She has 3 chapters ready for me. So I'm going to be doing that. And then once I get those done, I will be working on my own Vela project. But also, apparently, I will be watching Lucifer because I heard the new season or the other second half of the season. I get really confused about seasons of shows now. I heard that it dropped yesterday. So that's happening as well. So it looks like I have Rosalind here and Miriam here. Hello, both of you. Yeah, I don't get on to do these shows much anymore. I would like to get back into the habit of it, but also I am going to be like going back to work soon. So it was going to be even more random than it has been. Hey, Nina. But hopefully going back to work will kind of reset my sleep schedule so that I will actually be like perky, ready to go person at 10 a.m. as opposed to that 9 a.m. I don't want to be productive. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to go back to work, but hopefully it'll end up being a good thing and it will be better times in the future for me. Hey, Laura, welcome for joining. Thank you for joining. Oh God, words. Good news, I'm proofreading today, not writing because the words apparently aren't working. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the first sprint going. I am going to attempt to use the Forest app today. As I believe y'all have witnessed before, sometimes this app does not work right. The phone emulator, not Forest app. Forest app is great, but sometimes it crashes on me. So we're going to be trying this, and hopefully it goes well. And then when we get back, I'll see what everybody is doing. We'll talk about what you're doing when we get back from this. We're going to do just a quick 10 to get warmed up, and we're going to go from there. Okay, that was time. Did I freeze weird? I apologize if I froze weird. I don't know why I apologize for that. I have no control over it. Y'all are on the internet too. You know how this works. But I got a little bit of work done there. I had to tell all of my friends to stop texting me, and I had to mute everything because both Facebook and Discord were just like blowing up on me. And that is just like what world I'm in. There we go. But I did get some work done. I have a question for you guys, and then I'm going to say hello to everybody. I'm going to put this question out there, and then we'll go from there. So I am proofreading Sandy's story for Vella, and she uses the phrase high ponytail in it. And I, believe it or not, used to be a cheerleader. So this could be like something where I'm just don't have a good perspective on this. But I have always referred to that as just a high pony. You don't need to say tail, you just say high pony. Is that a common term? Does everybody understand when you say high pony that you're talking about a ponytail that lives right here? Let me know. So during that break, we had Courtney join. Hey, Courtney. And we had Helene Joy. Hello. And then over on the Twitch side of things, Mr. Spence joined. Hello. Thank you for joining. And I had Golden Hand asked a question. Oh gosh, apparently there's an issue that like I'm not the only person here who's a former cheerleader, but it does. Okay, it looks like it is a cheerleading term. Anyways, so Academy romance is literally a romance that takes place at a usually it is a college level academy. So usually academy is it's not necessarily paranormal, but a lot of times it is paranormal. It is something like if you have ever seen the show The Magicians or read the book, that is academy romance. It is new adult basically. So it is the next step up usually from high school romance where they're a little bit older and sexier. No, I have absolutely seen like private academy romance where it is just contemporary romance but takes place with like high schoolers at like a preppy school. But usually when the term academy romance is thrown at, it is a supernatural, it is a college level school for wizards or shifters or mixed bag, whatever it happens to be. So that's academy romance. Usually it's pretty smutty. It usually, well, it depends on what it is. A lot of reverse harem. So one girl, a whole bunch of guys. Obviously those are super smutty, but some of them very much are the new adult where there's probably some heat, but only one or two sex scenes through the series. So yeah, that's the brief on academy romance. Going back up a little bit, Nina is going to be outlining, creating a playlist and a Pinterest board for Pride Month story today. Awesome. And then, yeah, so... Yeah, okay, so we definitely have mixed results. Courtney was also a cheerleader, so also uses high pony. And Kiara says it is a cheerleading term only. But Miriam says if she styled her hair in a high pony, then yeah, it's fine because it's implied. We all say high pony here. So it's a little bit of, yeah, that's a little mixed bag there. And she does say... Sandy did initially use the phrase high sleek ponytail and then later use the phrase just high ponytail. And that was where I was like, I think you could just say high pony here. Yeah, so this is my thoughts on that. What is everybody else working on? I'm really glad that you're doing a Pride Month story. I thought, is this going to be for the anthology? Or is this just your own Pride Month thing? I've already written my story for the YouTube video anthology. I have not recorded it yet, but I am also planning on doing some Pride stuff for my Medium account, which is my erotica account. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next sprint. We are going to jump to 20 minutes sprints now. If I can click the right buttons. There we go. 20 minutes on the clock. I just bought the plum tree today. You don't use real money in Forest app, which is nice. You earn points. It's the little guys up at the top. I've got 1122 now because I just bought this lovely tree. So we're going to be running the plum tree today. As per usual, not this round because it's too late now. But if y'all do use the Forest app and want me to switch to plant together mode, let me know. It won't let me plant by myself if I'm in plant together mode. So I leave it in this unless somebody says otherwise. And we'll talk about what everybody's working on in 20 minutes. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you guys did. I finished the second chapter of this proofread, and I've only got 3 chapters, so I'm almost done with this little project. Also, things are about to get a little strange on this show, and just allow that to happen. If you're wondering why I'm just throwing my keyboard over there. So I got this desk, I don't know, a couple months ago. It was a Wayfair desk, so I had to assemble it. I say that because I don't know how I never noticed this before, but I just noticed. So this is the keyboard tray. It's one of the little sliding drawers that a keyboard comes on. And so it's got these tracks. Anybody who has ever assembled IKEA before knows that these tracks are always a nightmare. I definitely have like screws that are, I can't get this angle right. Definitely have screws that are sticking out more than they're supposed to because they were about to thread on me. But that is just life when you're dealing with IKEA stuff. But I just noticed that on one side, this lip right here is completely flat. See that? That makes sense that it's completely flat. And on this side, it's rounded. How do I angle this so you can see it? Trust me when I say there, you can see that round really good right there. It is rounded the entire way through. I do have fairly bad OCD that I can't get treated on because there's not a lot of medication for it, and most of it is like way worse than the disorder itself. And also I have really bad drug interactions with a lot of that stuff, and I get by, but also my desk is ruined forever for me. I will never not touch these little stupid tracks again. And I'm literally tempted right now to like go online and see if I can order a new set of these tracks just so that they're the same on both sides. So that's just like a little journey into my life right now. Anyways, let's see what's going on with everybody. So, right before, I think it was right after we went on we started that sprint. Carrie joined us. Thank you for joining, Carrie. Courtney is supposed to be outlining, but is reading instead. I don't know about you, but I read the genre that I write. So reading is still working for me. I do read a lot of historical romance, and I don't write historical because history was my worst favorite or my worst subject. Possibly geography was my worst subject. I'm terrible at those two things. I'm amazing at like a whole bunch of things, terrible at history and geography. So I do read historical romance, but it's still romance. It's fine. Helene is working on editing the first draft of her novel. Is currently halfway through, and the deadline is Tuesday. That's a real tight deadline. Hopefully halfway through is like, that's different for everybody. If my novel is 40,000 words and I'm halfway through and my deadline is in, what is that? Today's Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. I can write 20,000 words in 5 days, but I don't know how that is for you. That sounds scary. Miriam is re-outlining based on some comments from an editorial assessment. So many changes. It happens. Kiara is trying to finish the outline for Project Witch Book, which they'll be drafting hopefully in July. Somebody mentioned on Twitter the other day, Sushi Must Write on Twitter. I know her personally because she's in Atlanta, but she's a fairly well-known name in the nano community. Anyways, I'm not trying to name drop. It was just like a weird, like I just know her. I don't know. Anyway. She mentioned that, we're a month out from July Nano. And I just was like, oof. because I don't know what I'm like. I have no concept of what my life is going to be in July, and that's not normal for me. I have no idea what I'm going to be working on in July. I've got like so many things to get through first. I've got like a convention that I'm a panelist. I'm hosting a panel. I'm a panelist on like 5 different panels. That's all happening at the end of June. I got to get through that first. Golden Hand is editing with one eye open because there was a spider on the ceiling all day yesterday, and today it is gone. Oh my God, my cat was freaking out last night, acting like he saw something on the floor, and I never figured out what it was. And that was enough to freak me out, that he just like kept staring at this corner like there's either a spider or like a hell monster back there. Nina's Pride Month project that she mentioned before is for a challenge she's doing with a writer friend. We both write a Pride Month story and then give it to each other. We're not awesome. I love that. Carrie is starting doing live streams and vlogging. Yay. I'm telling myself that I need to vlog, but also I accidentally made a viral video on TikTok. I say accidental because it is going viral in the wrong part of TikTok. Anyways, so now like I'm putting a lot of eggs in that basket, trying to flip it, but like keeping some semblance of popularity on TikTok. Violet, that was our second sprint. And same to you, Rosalind. We still have 60 more minutes of sprinting to do. So y'all are both fine. So is Sako. It is 10:49. We are going to start a sprint in just a moment, and then we'll have 2 more after that. So y'all are good. Aline wrote like half a paragraph for that 20-minute sprint. Kind of have a book hangover from reading a really good book all day, and my mind keeps slipping back to it. I want to know what that book is now. Just let us know. Just name drop that. Laura is rendering hair for a character about to be eaten by a monster. Rendering hair is a nightmare. I know it helps if you have like the right brushes and like I don't know what program you're using. But like I use GIMP, and even with the right brushes, it is pretty nightmare-ish. Violet wrote 235 words. Oh no. And a sicky cat behind you. Oh no. The reason I haven't been streaming lately is because my cat got really sick. And like it was he had to go to the vet for 3 days. He had to stay overnight for 3 days. Had to have like a catheter and everything. And then he was still like really sick for the following week. And of course, working from home, it's not like I've got anywhere to go to not be stressing about my sick cat. So I know Kira stared off into space for the entirety of that sprint. It happens. Sometimes your brain just needs that moment. Violet does know what she's working on in July. Going to be working on 2 different things. I had like 4 projects that I did last July. I mean, some of it was like really easy proofreading. I'm not trying to make it sound like, I did some amazing thing in July. I didn't, but I did have 4 different projects going on. Or in April, I mean. When I say July, I mean April now. What I've already done, because April is the month that's already passed. It's fine. Laura is also on TikTok and is doing short horror stories. Awesome. I wanted my TikTok to be writing related because I make money off of my writing. And then I posted a video of a cake that I made that's a Battenberg. So it looks like a normal cake on the outside, and then you slice into it and there's a pattern on the inside. If you watch Great British Baking Show, Great British Baking Show. You've seen these before. Usually it's just like a checkerboard on the inside. That's like a standard Battenberg. But you can do other patterns in it. And mine was an American flag. And now I literally had somebody say, oh my God, it's a Trump cake. Like, no, that's actually the American flag and not Trump's flag. But so now I have like all the wrong people on my TikTok. I'm sure some of the people who followed me in this are absolutely people who are just like cakes. Also not what I wanted. I want people who read smut to follow me on TikTok. But now this month, I'm just going to have to do a whole bunch of like pride themed cakes. So I keep the cake viewers because I do like having cake viewers, but can like weed out the, the element that thinks that only a small percentage of the American population actually has like the right to the American flag. Yeah. Okay. So, and the book, the book Helene is reading is Sapphire Blue, the second book in the Ruby Red trilogy, which is a super popular teen urban romantasy novel. I've never heard that term before, and I love it. Like, obviously, it's a romance fantasy. I've just never heard it put together that way, and I love it. But barely, I'm gonna have to look it up because I haven't heard of it. But also, I don't do teen stuff, so it could be because of that. Anyways, Violet is going to be rating a 40K and doing a super detailed outline for another story. So yeah, that'll fill up your July, definitely. Okay, let's get this next sprint going. I feel like I went way too long on that break, but like I had to show you guys the tray table for my keyboard. It's fine. Anyways, 20 minutes back on the clock. We're going to grow another plum tree. It is 10:54 here in Atlanta, so I'll see you guys at 11:14. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you did. Most of that sprint, I spent hunting down that book that Helene recommended. I found it at the library. An actual physical copy. They did not have a digital, which means this is going to be the first time I'm getting an actual library book in maybe 3 years. It is checked out right now. I put a hold on it, and I'm not going to lie. It has been so long, and things, it changed so much these days that I'm not entirely sure how I'll know when it is in. I guess I will just have to check the system repeatedly, but it is currently checked out of the branch that's closest to my house. So I'll be able to get it pretty much the moment it is returned, assuming I know when it's available. I don't know. I mostly use digital library books now. And that's all email, right? And I'm assuming this is email as well, except that I haven't gotten like any sort of confirmation or anything. So that is where I'm not sure, but that's okay. Right? It is what it is. Hopefully I will get this book. Also, it'll be weird holding an actual book in my hand that is not just my phone. I know a lot of people are still beholden to paper books. I'm not. I write romance and I read romance. We're not paper people so much, especially, when the covers are ridiculous and most of my subgenre is indie and all of that. Yeah. Paper books. Be a new exciting thing. Let's see. Golden had formatted PDF for the printers. Awesome. And Violet got 157 in that sprint. Just kind of distracted. I understand. Like I said, I spent most of that sprint figuring out this book. But, oh God, why does that happen? It's like it actually fixed itself. Yay. I have issues with this camera. It just likes to go blurry on me at times. The other day it did it on me while I was making that damn cake. I figured it would be good to film it. It did come out really nice. So I figured it'd be good. Like people might actually want to see a video of how I made this cake because it was fairly simple. It was one of those things where like the most difficult part was just figuring out how to do it and then actually doing it, but really well. The American flag happens to be very linear, I guess. There's no like weird angles on it or anything. And then like for the stars part of it, I actually did layers of cake and like laid the stars in between the layers. So it was really easy to put together. I just thought it'd be nice to have like a visual aid for anybody else who wanted to do it. And then right when I got to the point where I like flipped the cake up so that people could see, I've been like stacking it the entire time. The camera's overhead. So I've got this like cake that's building up. And right when I get to that moment where I'm like, woo, so you guys could see that this is actually turning into a flag, my camera blurred out. And so I didn't get any footage of that. Obviously, I got like plenty of photos of the cake. I didn't actually. I say I got plenty of photos. I had like 2 photos of that cake. But I did have the like grand reveal video where I like sliced it and there's the flag. Anyway, so why did I go? Oh, yeah. So like my camera is just stupid and y'all didn't need to hear all that, but that's okay. This is how we do this. Let's see. Oh, Elaine has never read a single ebook, and that's okay. We're all different. Also, I do a lot of my reading via Kindle Unlimited, which of course is all ebook. So it's all what you like to do. And also, again, I feel like genre makes a big difference. If you are reading Helene's reading young adult, I know that stuff is always in print, in like physical paper print. A paranormal romance, what I usually read is not. Like if I want to stick to J.R. Ward, which is what's up there. And I've also got Larissa Ione up there. And I believe I've got like a Gina Showalter floating around. If I want to stick to the like heavy hitters, then I can read all print. But if I want to get an actual, big range, then it's digital. That's okay. It's good for us whale readers, if nothing else, right? Because I do read. At least I'm at 57 books for the year, according to my Goodreads. And that is, I believe 2 of those were series that were like 5 to 10 books. So I read a lot. So it's also more convenient for me in that aspect. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our next sprint. It is 11:20 here in Atlanta, so we will do another sprint after this. We will end the show just slightly after noon here, probably like 12:05, 12:10. But we'll get that full, 90 minutes that I do in a show? I think it is 90 minutes. All that productivity. Anyways, planting this plum tree now. Go get some work done, guys. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you guys did. I finished that proofreading, so now I have to figure out a new project. I see that like I don't have a whole list of projects right there. I just got to figure out which one I'm doing right now. And it's either writing or posting on Vella, which I have not actually started yet. But I did completely edit something that I'm going to be posting there, like my own thing. So that's probably the thing to do. Get that over and out of the way so I can have that set and ready to go and I don't have to think about it again. Set it and forget it. Whatever the hell that was. I don't remember what that was the product slogan for, but I'm going to set that story and forget it. I don't know. If any of y'all remember, let me know. Rosalind says that there's an Australian writer who writes shifter. So when she hears whale reader, she always thinks orca porn. I have orca porn is just fun to say. It sounds like a terrible instrument, like an accordion, orca porn. But so I've never read whale shifters, but I have read like shark is a surprisingly common one in the erotica side of shifter. I don't know why shark is fetishized so much. And there's a great alligator shifter series that is like regular romance. There is sex in it, but it's not super out of control sex, like, an erotica one. And I personally have written Dolphin before, which was erotica, but kind of a sweet one. I don't know. It was also age gap. I don't know. Like it pinged a lot of things. The story can still be sweet though, right? Even if it's, I believe that was actually a dolphin and a gator. But like anybody who doesn't know the genre, just to clarify, they're always in human form when this happens. Golden Hand got bored and looked up the viral cake TikTok. Yeah, that was, I'm assuming you found me because I am Chloe Alice Balkin on TikTok as well. I'm planning on doing a pineapple next. And then I will be doing some pride flags, but I'm going to have to do the more complicated 11, I think it's 11 color one, where it's got like the triangle of like the other 5 colors. I can't do math right now. Anyways, so it's going to be like way more complicated. I would have just done a regular pride flag, but now I have to one up the American flag to make sure that the wrong people see that I put this much effort into all of my cakes. Yeah. Let's see. Helene finally got the scene flowing and was stuck on for the whole. Finally got the scene. I'm sorry. I just misread that and then it went terribly wrong. Finally got the scene flowing. I was stuck on for the whole stream. I'm so glad that you got there. Sometimes it just takes time, right? Or sometimes it takes backburnering a project for a little bit. I'm actually going to be picking up so I started 2 different things for Vella because I started one and then I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And so I started another. And then I decided to go grab this other book that I had written ages ago and never did anything with. Because it was fairly episodic. I was like, oh, I'll use that for this. And now I'm going back to that first book just because I really like the premise and it's all outlined. And I can just follow the outline and get it done. And that's what I need right now just to get stuff done. So but like it took me backburnering that for like a month to say, you know what, this is actually what I need to do. And I'm excited about it again. And Violet. Just all of you, I hope, know by this point that when I butcher your name, there is a fair chance that it's not actually that I can't pronounce your name. It's that my mouth was like, no, I'm not saying that. By a lot. By a lot. We're at 174 for that sprint, and comforted a scared cat who isn't liking the storm outside. Oh, that poor baby. I have Meaty Cat behind me because he... Look how pathetic he looks. He still has a boot with the fur too. I don't know how well you could see that, but he had to have his little arm shaved for his IV. But also because of like all the attention he got when he was sick, he has now realized that his sick meow is more effective than his normal meow. So he scares me constantly because I think he's in pain, and then I realize that's just his new meow, and I need to get over it. Cat ownership is weird. Okay, let's do our final sprint. We're going to do one more 20. That is going to be the end of the show. I will, of course, say farewell to everybody, but that is where we are right now. Yeah, cats are very manipulative. So one more on the clock. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do this tomorrow as well, because once I got my ass going, I did feel quite productive. But for now, let's go ahead and do this last sprint, and then we will move on. 20 minutes on the clock. It is 11:47. I will see you guys at 7 past the hour. Okay, that was time. And so that was our last sprint. Hopefully y'all got some stuff done in that. I started setting up my Vela story and got to the point where it asked for the description of my story. And I thought it said 500 words remaining for that. And started typing and then looked down and saw that it was actually characters. You're not allowed to have a full blurb on Vela, apparently. And I don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to handle explaining the story in 500 words. And it's funny because if it said 100 or 500 characters, if it had said 100 characters or like 150, whatever it is for Amazon ads, I'd be totally good. Like, oh, it is the like one sentence pitch, whatever. There's a correct word for that, and I'm blanking on it because I'm stressed right now. But like, how do I describe this book in like that's all I'm getting? Okay, so the rest of my day is going to be spent stressing about this and like rewriting this 8 million times. I guess the good news is hopefully I can edit it a bunch and like get it worked out. But that just like threw me for a weird loop because I was already stressing about writing a blurb and then like I was finally formulating something and then all of a sudden like no, it can't be a blurb. It's 500 words. Or 500 characters. I keep saying it because I want it to be 500 words and it's not. It's more like, what is that? Like 100 words probably. I think that's about what the average is, like five letters per word. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully I will be back tomorrow. We will see what happens with that. Those of you who are watching me on Twitch, nobody that I follow is currently streaming, so unfortunately I have nowhere to send you to. But you guys all have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you sometime next week. Happy writing.